The United Kingdom witnessed a record-breaking emigration of nearly 500,000 immigrants, marking the highest number in over a decade. This unexpected trend raises an important question: why are people who once saw the UK as a place of opportunity and belonging now choosing to leave in large numbers? Historically, the UK has been viewed as a beacon of hope for immigrants, offering diverse opportunities, a sense of community, and a prosperous future. However, recent developments suggest that many immigrants no longer see the country as the haven it once was. This shift in perspective has sparked growing concerns, especially as the nation faces numerous challenges that may be driving away those who once considered it their home. The rising cost of living. The first and perhaps most significant reason for this mass emigration is the rising cost of living. In recent years, basic living expenses have surged to astronomical levels, causing a financial strain that many residents, including immigrants, find increasingly difficult to manage. The UK experienced a staggering inflation rate of 10.1%, which led to skyrocketing prices for essential items such as energy, housing, and groceries. For many immigrants, who may already be facing financial challenges, this dramatic increase in living costs has made life in the UK unsustainable. One immigrant shared their experience, saying, "We came here for a better life, but now every penny goes toward rent and bills. We're not able to save, let alone build a future." With little opportunity to get ahead financially, immigrants are rethinking whether the UK is still the place where they can achieve their dreams. Immigration policies. Another key factor contributing to this exodus is the shifting landscape of UK immigration policies, particularly since the country's departure from the European Union, commonly known as Brexit. The changes implemented after Brexit have made it more difficult for immigrants, especially those from the EU and non-EU nations, to enter or stay in the country. With the introduction of a points-based immigration system, securing work permits and visas has become more complicated, and many immigrants are now finding themselves uncertain about their future in the UK. Since Brexit, immigration to the UK has dropped by more than 40%, with some sectors witnessing even steeper declines. Immigrants who had previously felt secure in their positions are now facing the possibility of having their immigration status revoked, which has led to a sense of instability and insecurity. As a result of this uncertainty, many immigrants are opting to relocate to other countries that offer more stable and welcoming immigration policies. Nations like Canada, the United States, and several European countries present immigrants with better opportunities in terms of higher wages, more job prospects, and overall higher standards of living. Canada, in particular, has seen an influx of immigrants who are attracted by the country's friendly immigration policies and high demand for skilled workers. The UK, with its tightening immigration system and struggling job market, simply cannot compete with the opportunities available in other nations. As one immigrant explained, Canada made it easier to stay, and the quality of life is much better. The UK's job market was tough, and the cost of living made it even harder to thrive. Political instability. Political instability has also played a major role in the growing sense of alienation among immigrants. Since the UK's departure from the EU, the country has been embroiled in economic turmoil and political uncertainty, accompanied by a rise in nationalistic sentiment and a more xenophobic climate. These developments have created an atmosphere where many immigrants feel unwelcome and marginalised. Rising political divisions, coupled with the growing perception of a less inclusive society, have caused many immigrants to question whether they still belong in a country that once embraced diversity. Immigrants, especially those from minority groups, have become increasingly vulnerable to a hostile climate where their contributions are often undervalued or ignored. The strain on public services. The strain on public services has contributed significantly to the growing dissatisfaction among immigrants in the UK. The country's public systems, particularly the NHS, schools, and housing, have been under immense pressure in recent years, and many immigrants find it harder to access the essential services they need. The NHS hit record waiting times, leaving many immigrants unable to receive the care they require. For families who rely on public services, the inability to access timely healthcare or affordable housing has become a significant deterrent. With public services stretched to their limits and a healthcare system struggling to meet the demand, immigrants are left with fewer resources and opportunities to improve their quality of life. The rising racial tensions and discrimination. Another important factor driving immigrants away is the rising racial tensions and discrimination in the UK. Many immigrants have reported experiencing racism, discrimination, and even violence since the country's political climate has shifted. According to reports, hate crimes targeting ethnic minorities in the UK have increased by 25% since 2020. These acts of hate and discrimination have contributed to a growing sense of alienation among immigrants, making them feel unsafe and unwelcome in their own communities. As a result, many are choosing to leave in search of safer, more inclusive environments where they can live without fear of racial hostility. The combination of rising living costs, stricter immigration policies, political instability, strain on public services, and growing racial tensions has created a perfect storm of challenges for immigrants in the UK. Despite its rich history as a diverse and inclusive nation, the UK now faces a critical crossroads. Immigrants are increasingly questioning whether the country can still offer them the opportunities and security they sought when they first arrived. The UK must now decide whether it will adapt to the changing needs of its immigrant population or if it will continue down a path that pushes them away. The implications of this mass departure are profound. The UK risks losing the valuable contributions of a diverse immigrant population that has long played an integral role in the economy, healthcare, and culture of the nation. As more immigrants leave, the country may face labour shortages, reduced economic output, and a decline in the vibrancy that diversity brings. If the UK is to maintain its position as a global leader and a welcoming destination for immigrants, it will need to address these challenges head-on and create a more inclusive, stable, and supportive environment for immigrants. In conclusion, the record number of immigrants leaving the UK serves as a wake-up call for the country. The nation must take urgent steps to address the root causes of this exodus, including economic instability, political division, and the erosion of public services. By doing so, the UK can restore its reputation as a place of opportunity, security, and inclusivity for immigrants. Only time will tell whether the country will be able to reverse this trend and adapt to the changing needs of its immigrant population. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more on global migration trends. We'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think the future holds for immigration in the UK?